everyone, Thomas here and welcome back to another video. So today I'm here for my attempt at the advanced version of SpringSims' August build challenge. So I've also done the standard version as well, so make sure you go ahead and check that out. The speed build should be up by now. It's not currently while I'm doing this voiceover, but it should be up. I've got a plan to go up on the 3rd of August, which is today while I'm doing this voiceover, but it's only 1 PM now. Anyway, and that's not my upload time. Anyway, so yeah, that's going to be going up and it's also up on the gallery as well as this version. So make sure you head over there. My origin ID is real ThomasTV1, and you can also use the hashtag springbuilds, and you can go ahead and see everybody else's attempts that's been, done so far, and also that includes from the other months as well. I think he's done June, July, and now August. I've also done attempts for the June and July versions as well, so make sure you go ahead and check those out if you haven't already. So we're just getting the basic shape of the house here. Now, it was a little bit complex. It did take me, a little while to go ahead and figure out what I was going to do here. There was kind of like a gap there, as you can see, which was a little bit awkward to kind of do the roofing for, but I managed to get everything done in the end. I probably made this house a little bit too big. The kitchen was, well, I guess just absolutely enormous. So, yeah, it was quite hard to finish. Well, not hard, it just took a long time to finish it. And it actually took me about over 3 hours in total to do this house, which is a long, long time for this type of house. For like a suburban home, or what it is on a 40 by 30 lot, wouldn't take me that long, but it did. So, but I'm really, really happy. I just wanted to take my time a little bit and focus on more of those details. Like, I just kind of, sometimes I do shortcuts and things and I just don't really focus completely, but I really wanted to kind of do my best on this because these build challenges are designed to try and help you improve your building skills. So I really wanted to take advantage of that and actually try and improve myself. So yeah, I tried to do the best I could, and I'm really, really happy how it turned out. Now, there was a little bit of, there was, like, I'm going to say 2 awkward rooms. There was the one next to the kitchen at the back, that was supposed to be kind of like a storage room, but I wasn't really too sure what to put in there. So I kind of made it into some sort of, I guess, what's, like laundry room, I guess, but I literally could not do it. I kind of gave up on that room. I put a couple of counters in there and stuff, but it was just, I just didn't like that room. So if you go ahead and download it, feel free to turn it into another type of room, or if you know a way to try and make like a mock laundry room, then go ahead and try and do that, because I wasn't really too sure how to do it. And yeah, so we're working on the back garden here. Really, really like it. It is pretty small. Well, it was actually kind of a decent size, but I took, like, the swimming pool took up, like, most of the room there, which is good because I like, well, sometimes back gardens can sometimes be, a little bit awkward to decorate, but putting in a big swimming pool really helps with that because it kind of takes up, a big chunk of the space. And I always like to put swimming pools, in my houses and things because I don't have one in real life. So in The Sims, you're just playing with reality. Well, you're not really. What am I trying to say here? I have no idea. Just, living out how you would have liked your life, I guess. Anyway, so having a swimming pool and all those luxurious things, I think is fine to add in your build, even though they're not completely realistic, because not everybody has a swimming pool, but, so this porch I really like, because it's kind of like one of those wraparound ones, but it's not completely wrapped around, it's only like halfway, but it still looks really, really great. Added in a couple of different chairs in there. So the kind of like the style and architecture type for this home, like I said, it's suburban, but inside it's got some aspects of traditional furniture and also some modern aspects as well. So in the bedrooms, you might see some modern aspects there, because in this build I did actually include quite a few items from the City Living pack. A lot of the, I guess, like paintings and stuff are from that pack. Hang on, I think I can hear somebody coming up the stairs. 1 second. No, okay. I always feel like somebody's creeping up on me listening to my voiceover, but no, it's not. Anyway, so yeah, what was I trying to say? Oh yeah, City Living. So I always use City Living in my build. I don't know why, it's just such a diverse pack, and I feel like it fits with a range of different architecture types, and I use it in, modern, traditional, bohemian. It just fits everything really, and you always probably see City Living in one of my builds. So if you want to go ahead and download my builds, then I think City Living is a really good one to have. I think actually when you download stuff and if you don't have the pack, I think it actually replaces the items with something you do have. I think that's what happens. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. If you know what happens if you don't have the pack, then just let me know. It either does that or just leaves a blank space. I can't exactly remember. But yeah, so we're just working on this room here, which is a little study. I really, really like this room, and it's kind of like a neutral colour scheme, which is something I do a lot, and I'm trying to kind of, I don't know, expand on my colour schemes and stuff, because I feel like I'm using neutral colour schemes all the time. But it's something I really, really like. It's something that I'm kind of comfortable with. But at the same time, to improve your building skills, you have to go out your comfort zone and stuff. So upstairs, I did use a few different colour schemes. You will see neutral in there, but I did go ahead and add a few different pops of colour as well. Some of the bedrooms, the master bedroom, I didn't actually plan on it, but it turned out to be like kind of red. And also we've got a blue bedroom there, and also kind of like a purple bedroom, because I wanted to be like a boys and a girls room as well. They're not necessarily for kids, they're more of a teenager sort of age range I kind of designed it for, but you know, there's nothing wrong with using it for kids. So we're working on this room here, which is kind of like the kitchen, the dining room and living room all in one. It's a pretty big room, so I kind of divided it off a little bit by just kind of not making a proper doorway, but kind of just adding a couple like sections of wall, I guess you could say, to separate it off a little bit, so it wasn't just, you know, all open. So this is the living room here. I really wanted to put a fireplace in here, but it was kind of between those two windows. It was a little bit cramped, so I decided not to. But I'm still really happy how it looked. Another thing in this build as well, I did add quite a bit of clutter, I'd say. Like, I mean, I didn't go overkill, but I did add a little bit more than I would normally. I felt like for this type of home, since it's a family home, I felt like having clutter in it would make it look really, really great. A lot of the time, I don't really do clutter because I feel like it's something that makes a house look lived in. And if you download it from the gallery, what I look for is things that aren't really that well finished, or maybe things that have a couple of rooms spare, or if they're just, you know, not full with clutter, because I kind of like to move my family in and then, you know, kind of rearrange it and add and take away things to fit with my family style. But with this one, I'd like to go ahead and add a little bit of clutter in, because I felt like it had a lot of personality to the build, and that's what I went ahead and did in today's build. So I really, really like these armchairs that we've got with the Bowling stuff pack. They just work with so many different things, and I know like that stuff pack was kind of very mid-century modern themed, which I absolutely love, and I know SpringSims does as well, always talking about mid-century modern. But yeah, it does fit that as well, but also it fits with other themes. So I feel like it has a very modern, well, mid-century modern, wow. I was going to say it fits with the modern theme, but it's also in the title of that. Anyway, so yeah, I used it in a range of different kind of, I guess, finishing types that I do always fit in. I like to do two different colours with them, as you saw there. I did kind of like a yellow one and a grey one. Always like to switch those two up. I don't know why, it's those armchairs in particular. I don't know why, it looks a little bit interesting sometimes to do armchairs and like just in a living room, not having all the chairs and things and the sofas all the same colour. I think looks really, really great sometimes. Sometimes, you know, it doesn't fit with every kind of, I guess, type of style you're going for, but a lot of the time it does, and it always looks really great. So here we're working on the kitchen, which was very, very big, and it's kind of separated off into like two different sections, as you can see there. It doesn't wrap around the whole thing with counters, it kind of separated off there, as you can see, and also put a huge big thingy in there, what's called an island, there we go, I don't know how I forgot that word, a big island there in the middle. And I also put a few kind of like breakfast table bar chairs in there as well, and I think that looked really, really great. So the kitchen here is neutral coloured scheme, and I always feel really guilty, like I was mentioning before, I always feel guilty doing neutral because I feel like it's something I use too much and I should be switching it up, but I kind of just love it too much and I can't let go of a neutral colour scheme, so I went ahead and added it in today's build. So as well, I used some, well, it's pretty much all Parenthood items, I mean the coloured items and stuff on all Parenthood, but I really like how that looked. And also, I use two different backsplashes actually. So as you can see there, we used that one from Parenthood in two different places. But then the like the section of all, I don't know what I'm trying to see here. The side where the oh my god, I can't think where the sink is. That part of the kitchen, I actually used a mirror backsplash. Now it's something that I don't really use a whole lot of, and I felt like for a traditional style home it didn't really fit that well, but I went ahead and just tried it out and see what it looked like, and I actually really, really liked it, and I just thought it looked kind of nice, just to not have it all the same, since it was a pretty big kitchen, and I thought that could get a little bit repetitive to look at and just, you know, a little bit boring, so I went ahead and did that. Another thing as well is I actually added in a few shelving, which is something that I don't, oh my god, that didn't make sense. I can't speak English. Added in a few shelves, as you can see that I'm doing there, and one above the stove, then also on that right hand side, as you can see. Now I really wanted to do that because it's something that is, I don't really know, it's just, it adds a lot of detail, and it's something that I always forget, and those little details are something that I, like I said, I always forget. I don't know why I need to repeat myself twice there, but I do, and you know, I feel like those little details like shelving and stuff like that really make a difference between a good and a bad build, and you know, that's great for this type of build because it is a build challenge, like I mentioned earlier, you know, trying to expand on things that you wouldn't normally do, and you know, that's a great way, and I feel like I'm going to be using them more because when I do these build challenges, they really work for me in terms of improving my building skills. I always kind of pick up new techniques and things, and it's always a good opportunity to try new things out, and always pick those up and kind of continues through the rest of my builds that I do. And yeah, so we're just working on one of the bathrooms here, sorry. There is actually 3 bathrooms in this home. One of them I didn't add in the video, I don't think, because it was kind of just repetitive. All the bathrooms are pretty much the same colour scheme. There was one bedroom actually, and sorry, my thing is frozen here. I don't know if it's frozen or it's, yeah, I think I've just paused for a second here. I do this a lot where I'm looking back at my playback screen when I'm doing the voiceover, and it's either like I've stopped here like I am, and I always forget to cut it out sometimes, or it's either lag and I kind of just think I'm taking a break, and then I realise afterwards I'm like, oh no. But yeah, I think we're going to stop and just, there we go. Okay, I got kind of worried there because that was lasting a little bit too long, but there we go, it was only a break. So yeah, this is the bathroom that's on about just here in the master bedroom. Now the master bedroom, I could have actually made it into in one of the other bedrooms, well, another room. It was the games room, which we do towards the end. That was actually a pretty big room, that could have been the master bedroom. But with this room right here, it actually has kind of like a double bathroom, and it's also kind of like got a spa area in it. So as you can see here, well, in a second, I go in and add one of those things that we got from Spa Day. It's one of those things that you get, I think it's like one of the hand and foot massage chair. Add one of those in, and because in the floor plan for this house, it did actually say spa, so I kind of added a few of those in, and just not really like a spa as in the spa lot type and what you would find there, more of just kind of like a luxurious bathroom I kind of made it in. So yeah, that's another thing I should mention. You can head over to Stephen's Twitter page because he does have both of the like information pictures for both of the builds, both the Craftsman Bungalow and this one. So that's his pinned tweet, and if you're watching this after August, then it's probably gone now, but you could easily just search for it. But yeah, so it kind of shows you, it's really helpful, and actually there's a lot of creators I've noticed now that do these build challenges. I think they're really great, and it's always, like I mentioned earlier, a great way to improve your building skills. So basically what they do is, well, I don't know if it's different for other creators, but what Stephen does is he kind of like just puts a picture of the front of the house as well as the floor plan, and kind of just adds a few rules in. It's really great because there's unlimited simoleons, which is kind of good in a way because you know, I don't like being restricted in my builds, and that's why I don't really do a whole lot of well, I don't do starter homes as much as I used to because I just really like not being restricted and just going all out and using all packs, which is sometimes not very useful for some of you. So sometimes I do kind of like, I guess, builds I don't use all the packs, and sometimes I have done in the past a base game home. I do have an idea to do a base game family home coming up soon. I'm not too sure when that's going up. I haven't recorded it yet, but it is something that I've got planned to maybe record soon, so be on the lookout for that. And if you have any other ideas for builds you want to see which may not involve all the packs, then just leave that down below. There's other ones as well, especially when packs come out. I like to do kind of like a few videos just using that pack. So for example, you know, when Parenthood came out, I actually got early access to that, so I had a great opportunity to do lots of builds for you to try and help you make the decision of buying the pack. And I did so many builds and just videos in general for Parenthood, so you will see that. I do actually have a playlist up for Parenthood videos, so you can go ahead and see that. Same with the Fitness Stuff pack, I did that where I did kind of like just a modern bathroom build and also did a gym room. So yeah, that's when packs come out, I generally do a base game plus that pack. Also done one for Vintage Glamour as well, and actually that build, long time ago, I did a Vintage Glamour build, and when the pack came out, and it actually got featured on the SIMS website. They did kind of like a top 5 build things which using the Vintage Glamour Stuff pack, and mine was featured on there, which was so crazy because it was amongst other great simmers like James and just so many other people, and I was kind of just blown away. I was in total shock, and I just could not believe it, and I was just, I don't know, it just felt so surreal that the Sims chose one of my builds to be featured on their website. It was just weird. Anyway, I'm really thankful for that. But that was kind of a long time ago. But yeah, so we're pretty much at the end of the build here, and I'm going to leave you with some screenshots in just a second. If you'd like to see more of these build challenges, then make sure you leave this video with a like, and also let me know in the comment section down below about what you thought of this build as well. Make sure you leave this video with a share, and also subscribe if you haven't. And make sure that you go ahead and download this from the gallery, as well as my other Craftsman Bungalow, which was the standard version of this month's build challenge, using my origin ID, which is RealThomasTV1, or the hashtag SpringBuilds. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!